Welcome to In the Weeds with Picky Weeds. Picky Weeds LLC is a metaphysical supply store nestled in the heart of Archbald, Pennsylvania. We pride ourselves on serving the entire spiritual community, regardless of tradition or faith.
Picky Weeds is located at 100 South Main Street, Archibald, PA 18403. We are open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday from 12 to 7 p.m. You can reach us online at pickyweeds@gmail.com. That's pickyweeds@gmail.com. Or you can find us online via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, or Threads. Also, be sure to visit our website at pickyweeds.com. We ship nationwide and we offer pickup in store at checkout. We'd love to see you in person, so stop on by. Hope to see you soon. Now let's get in the weeds. So hey guys, no, it's been a minute. This is season 3, episode 11. It's been a rough couple of weeks. It's been absolutely terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
Watching our friends' businesses close, small businesses that we knew personally, that we tried to frequent and we tried to support and we advertised for. Watching that happen just strikes terror in the hearts of a small business owner.
These are people that did everything right.
Absolutely.
It's not like we've seen them come and go over the last few years. I want to be a small business owner, and they have absolutely no clue as to the things that happen in back of house.
Yeah.
And
I think it looks like fun.
Go into it with rose-colored glasses. No, these are straight shooters, like rooted in reality. People that did everything right.
Yes.
And sometimes it doesn't matter. You just it's luck, just like everything else.
Everything gets in your way too. Lately,
you hope that you're doing the right thing the right way, and you encounter people that try to denigrate you, and you move past that, and you have unexpected bills pop up, and you move past that, and you have a national pandemic. Yeah. You move past that.
And then tariffs.
And then so landlord that thinks that the square footage rate should be the same regardless of the size of the space.
Yeah, and regardless of the condition of the space.
And decides to jack your rent up 24%.
Yeah.
And you move past that.
And then you spend over $10,000 on the move that you didn't budget for.
Yeah. And that's what doing, we watched other folks, opening up,
spending tons of money.
Like thinking this painting company or thinking this contractor service. And I get it. Not everybody has a J,
Yeah.
And not everybody has a background like we do, where we can do most of the stuff ourselves.
Yes.
Where we have a dear friend that jumps in to help.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that, and I appreciate that fact. But there's a lot of stuff that you can self-teach, and just for whatever reason, people don't do it, and they contract it out, and no one's going to care about your business like you do.
No, it's your baby. And
the contractors, some are better than others.
Oh my God, we've had our share of some are better than others.
And it's a crapshoot if you haven't worked with them and don't know them, haven't built that relationship with them, and it's a risk, especially when you're on limited budget, like small business owners are, shoestringing it. All those extra things add up, and then you have a despot for administration, and it becomes extremely difficult to get stock in, and then you have a consumer base and customers that are scared, either scared of being snatched off the street, or SNAP benefits being taken away, or who knows what else.
The price of meat. Jesus.
Yeah, you got to feed your family first, right?
Yeah.
That comes before anything. Roof, shelter, and food and transportation. It's kind of you got to, and we get it. But, we're sitting here, with an empty store, and it's scary.
Yes.
And we try to think, well, I know I pissed off some MAGA people, and I still don't care.
No. Not if you're spouting that shit. If you're not spouting that shit, I can talk to you all day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what your politics or your
I don't wanna
religion
know
are.
about it.
I don't care.
Don't tell me about it. I don't want to hear it.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
I'm in your corner.
Yeah, I'll politely change the subject once.
Yeah.
And I had to do that as recently as a week or so ago. It started to come out in a conversation, and I just, very obviously changed the subject.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the person was
intuitive enough to grasp it.
They got it, right? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't changed on that.
Because
I
we
just
really
still hate
like the
bigots.
person. Yeah.
I still don't like bigotry. I still don't like transphobia. I don't like homophobia. I don't like misogyny. So, keep that to yourself.
All those stripes. And I got to say something else, too. When you see a local small business group being tone deaf, that just blew my mind today. I was like, what do you mean you have a registry at Target for raising money or getting gifts together for Christmas gifts for children and families? What about all the other responsible corporate entities or the small businesses that you're there to supposedly support?
Yeah.
What about, doing a gift registry with some of those? I mean, I understand that it's more convenient for the people who are going to actually buy the product for the gift giving to go somewhere they can click. But there's a lot of respectable and decent corporate entities out there that have gift registries, that have, children's registries, bridal registries, you name it, for whatever season of the year, too, as well.
Yeah.
Why didn't you choose one of those and not somebody that everybody in the business venue has boycotted recently because of their stance on DEI?
Well, and bending the knee to this administration.
Yes. And I'm just like, I'm horrified by that.
Yep.
And I realized it was ease of operation. And I realized that these people are overwhelmed, and so I can give it a pass. But it just was, I was just sitting there with my mouth open like...
Yeah, the Small Business Association to benefit corporate America.
Yes. Why are you doing that?
Did you read that before you posted it?
When I was in Broadway, there were a bunch of us, along with the chief of police, who would play elves every year. And we would physically go around and pick up toys for kids with the funds that we were given. And some people did come and donate. We put a little angel tree in the town hall, and they would come and donate, and we would wrap them and put cards on them and deliver them to the families. But we always reached out to the small business community. We had mom and pop hardware stores, mom and pop toy stores, mom and pop clothing stores, and said, do you want to take part in this benefit? And we'll send people to purchase from you. Can you maybe throw them a little discount, and we'll give you a little advertising for doing it?
That's great.
And they would advertise, and we had the grocery stores, 2 or 3 of the local grocery stores would jump in, and they would do put together baskets for the holidays of, food, stuff like that, bags of goods and toiletries. And we would make sure that their logo and everything was on full display, and the totals that they donated were on display. And that's just good word of mouth advertising for those businesses. And we loved doing it. I mean, think about it. I dressed up like an elf.
Dark elf.
I went door to door. No.
Give me your money.
I was like a very, very cute elf.
Cute dark elf.
I'm very, very dark, but my elf was cute.
She was droll.
Oh, my God. It was great. And then you can imagine George as Santa Claus. And me and George's wife as elves.
George is a rather short-statured, heavy-set man with a funny sense of humor.
Funny thing about George, don't ever run from him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that man, for all of his...
He get that shit in motion, man.
Oh, my God, you were done. It was bizarre. But no, I don't understand with so many resources in your local community why you would look outside it. Especially if you're a small business association.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, when we were here in the summit, and as one thing that I noticed is different people ran it from year to year. And, on one side you could say, well, they were trying to get involvement. But a lot of times just based on our location, because we were a little bit farther away from, not far, like a block away from the downtown part, we didn't get included in a lot of stuff, and they didn't really make much of an effort. And a lot of it was mostly had their hand out.
Yeah.
And, the first year we opened, with rose-colored glasses, they're like, hey, would you like to take part in Ice Fest? And we're like, yeah, that's awesome, And it was like, I don't even know how many hundreds of dollars it was for a block of fucking ice.
The first year it was $300.
For
the small one.
Yeah, for the smallest thing you could get. And they come out with it. I mean, they carved it, and it's pretty and everything. That's cool. And but you don't get a choice of what it is, and it's in front of your business.
And you paid for it. And then, if you have a particularly warm couple of days, it's not exactly secured to anything. It just sits there, and then it fell. And we noticed a couple other stores, the same thing. Theirs fell. And I mean, ours fell in front of a customer.
You got people walking. That's a serious safety issue. So we didn't do it anymore after that, because it just, while it's fun and it gets a lot of people downtown, and they do, it does bring up foot traffic, and most of that kind of foot traffic for us isn't really
our customer base.
Yeah. I mean, as muggles, and I guess all advertisement is good advertisement, says the Facebook lunatic that was run up at the mouth about our satanic. It was satanic altar. You've seen it, and you look at his page, and it's like, whoa.
What are you talking about, brother?
Project much?
Oh, have mercy.
But this guy's a nutcase. He had sent us some crazy ass video in the middle of the night a couple of years ago, talking he was the voice of Metatron, and he clearly has some issues.
At like 3 a.m, he sent that video.
Yeah,
and then he's laughing maniacally at the end of it, and he's throwing his arms around like the guy in Apocalypse Now at the end, and he's doing the whole dance, and you. This is the end, my only friend, the end. Yeah. And I was like, holy crap, block.
This is your brain on drugs, guys. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why we push back on a lot of, we know a lot of people that their spiritual practice involves narcotics.
Yeah.
And that's not spiritual practice. That's narcotics. And
there's a way to treat the sacred medicine, and that is not it.
Yeah. And people get mad at you because they see the spirit world. No, you're high.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And one takes work and dedication and relationship building and honing your craft. And the other one involves inducing substance.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. And even the end result isn't even remotely the same. And for those of you that have had a truly spiritual experience, regardless of religion or tradition, you know what I'm talking about. You can't replicate that or substitute that with narcotic or any other kind of drug.
And if there is going to be that exploration, you need to be with somebody who has actually grown up in this, is well versed in it, have had to go through all the steps to learn about the plant botany, the plant medicine. You need to be with a person that can guide you, because the end result of that is what you get with the one that wrote the message. You get insanity because the brain is over-processed. It has got connections in there that are now, they didn't form in a formative environment with a sacred spiritual teacher. They formed in an environment of chaos where a person wasn't ready for it and was triggered by something, and that narcotic that's going to the brain actually enhances that triggering effect. And now you've got someone that's under full psychosis and having schizophrenic episodes. And so you have to be really, really diligent about time and place that you do it, who your coaches are, who your watchers are, who is there to keep you safe and snap you out of it when they see you going episodic and pull you back into yourself, because you literally do lose yourself. And I'm speaking from a once long ago 3-day peyote binge. I thought I was going to die, and I wanted to die.
Yeah, the advice is not like coming from people that haven't made those mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, we made those mistakes. And that's another reason why we don't jump up and down on the soapbox about it, but because we've been there and we've screwed up too. So,
yes, we've all played with it and tested it.
There's no, there's no shame in admitting you were wrong. having proceeded down the path and actually working, putting in actual work, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, at least for me, it was nothing. Like the drugs will get you to an induced state, but it's not the same thing as a spiritual practice, and it's meant to enhance it for an experienced practitioner. But like so many of us, we always skip to the end, right? My first books were the Golden Dawn and Crowley's book 4, right? So let me start at the end.
Yeah.
And of course that was confusing as fuck, and you get your wires crossed and you have to start over, and so you don't feel bad if you thought that was the way to go, of just smoking a lot of weed or doing peyote or ayahuasca or any of that stuff. Yeah, a lot of that stuff is beneficial, but like Tay said, you need an actual, not a basic white girl, right? You need an actual practitioner that's been raised in the culture to be there with you. But for one thing, ayahuasca itself is extremely dangerous if it's not done correctly. It's not prepared correctly, administered correctly.
And the incorrect way, if I might interject, is to go at it going, I want to see something.
Yeah.
I want to see angels. I want to see demons. No, you are going about it the wrong way.
It's not transactional.
The very, very point of the sacred medicine is learning from the medicine. So you go in and ask the plant what it needs you to see, what it wants you to teach, what it wants to teach you, and it opens you up to that experience. When you go in with the wrong mindset, you come out with psychosis. You come out with problems.
When that comes, instant gratification is one of the most American things there is.
Oh my God, yeah.
We want to pay to play, and we want it right now. It's like the people coming in, I need a spell. Well, how long have you practiced? Oh, I don't practice. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't work like that.
No.
And to have to tell, when you're already struggling to keep the lights on, and yet you still have to be ethical, right? You still have to tell the truth, and you still have to be honest.
It really
with
makes
people.
it 10 times harder.
And so I know I'm going to lose this person, but you try to, as gently as you can, say, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
And not to criticize, but we can show you, places where you can start and things that you can work on, and that way you can develop it on your own. We had a guy call, I think I talked about it last episode, where said he needed this and that. And I'm like, well, I needed his house cleansed. I said, well, we don't do that. I said, but what we can do is you can come to the store and we can walk you through, and you can write it down how to do it yourself. Because one, you don't need anybody to do that. And two, it's way stronger, since you're the person that lives there, for you to do it, and me to do it. You would show me. Well, yeah, it's not an ancient secret, there's no gaslighting or gatekeeping here. This is, we want you to feel safe in your own home, but paying somebody to do that, 9 times out of the 10, it's going to be bullshit, and even if they are sincere, it's not going to be as strong.
When we can teach you in like 5 minutes how to raise energy in your house, yeah.
I can't teach you in 5 minutes how to have the willpower to do that. That takes time and work.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that you really, to be a witch is to bend, right? You're bending things according to your will. That takes time to learn, and I don't know if we ever really master it, because we all have up and down days where we can push some things one day, and the next I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's just human. But that we can't teach you in 5 minutes how to do. But as far as like, what do I do with a smudge, or how do I do a basic blessing? That's ABC stuff. That's no problem. That when you couple it with a willpower, is when it really takes hold. People walk in, God, it just feels good in here. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's repetition, practice. Yeah.
Every day,
yep,
without fail, no matter how tired or how behind schedule we are, or how many things, stores blessed multiple ways, right? So yeah, it feels good. It's not an accident. And there's a reason for that. And so that people come in and they can let that world go on outside the door and at least have a somewhat of a neutral space to have a little reprieve, especially with the insanity that is our current world.
It's so hard to know what to do for people in these days and times, too, because a lot of what you're seeing coming through the door is political and societal pressure that's just being compounded by the spiritual and the spiritual desire and the spiritual need. And so you have to be so careful with people these days. I mean, and if people are not and they're pushing you, well, you need this, and this, I consider that very nefarious and self-serving, because you need to be listening with both ears and you need to be guiding as well as you can something that is safe and enriching and enlightening for that person. And that's the hardest thing in the world to do when you're eating ramen, when you're eating sandwiches every day of every week, and you have no money to do anything else, but it's your duty when you're in this business to do that for your customers. Because what do you want? Do you want that one-time person that they came in and you bilked them out of every cent they had, and they get home and they realize that, and they're never coming back?
No.
They'll find somebody else, I promise you.
I honestly could not sleep at night.
No.
Because
I don't know how they do.
Yeah, I would be a terrible criminal.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He gets this look. I'm like, oops.
If we cannot do it right, we're not going to do it.
No, not at all.
That's not lip service. Mm-mm. Yeah, I just, if something is wrong, I can't let it rest. Like, I don't have that personality to just go, oh, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
No. Somebody leaves their credit card. We're like, what, do we have their phone number? Do we have their email address? Let's find it. You don't want to post their, shit on the internet, but, we'll do what we got to do to try. I can't stand it. I know what that feels like to try to check out somewhere and that card is not in my wallet.
Where in the world did I leave that
it's
card?
the worst feeling in the world. So, but yeah, so we just saw, to circle back, not to use a corporate term, but we just saw good friends of ours announce their place closing, and
love these people so much.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And,
I spent my morning in tears.
You know what it's like, when you pour your heart and soul, and this is the dream, right?
Yeah.
To be able to offer this and to see it gone is just, it's like the death of a child.
Yes.
And it's awful, and I feel for them truly, and God, it sucks, and kudos to the people. I mean, we notice people that choose to shop small. We see them all the time, and then the other stores they go to, they'll go to Lynn and Louis, so they'll go to Zach's, they'll go to Pasquale's. They patronize small business when they could probably save a couple bucks here and there in this tight ass economy by ordering from corporate or going to Target or one of these other fuckheads, but they choose to spend their money not just with us, but with other small businesses, and I gotta tell you that it's not just lip service. We are so grateful for that, and I'm sure there's been some people that we've had to show the door. They're like, oh yeah, well, you threw me out. Yeah, because you couldn't stop saying the N-word.
Yeah.
And you couldn't stop
touching young girls.
Interjecting transphobia into every other statement. And so, yeah, we don't miss you at all.
Yeah, right.
But for the good folks that do come and that just want to share in the experience, and we get to know you, and it's like one big extended communal family, and
absolutely.
Yeah, that's motivation for us to keep getting up. I mean, because there's apartments over the new store, and one of the ladies there, her name is Emily. She is the absolute sweetest person in the world.
Not you.
This woman takes time out of her day, brings us down banana bread. She brought us rice pudding. She brought us, what else did she bring?
Fudge.
Fudge brownies. She's just like, I just needed somebody to bake for. My husband's busy all the time and not here, and I like to bake, and I'm like,
I don't like to eat it all by
it
myself.
is the sweetest thing in the world, and it just like, somebody actually gives a crap. And then the people that have brought in flowers or cards, or all of you guys, that means so much, because that tells me that you realize it's not just a store to spend money, right? Anybody can do that. It's metaphysical store should be like that.
Yeah, it should be a community.
And I feel like, wow, okay, I think we're doing one thing right anyway. You know, and it means as much to us to get it as it does for you guys to do, and it's just wow. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, we love you for that. And it's made our day, because these have been some dark days. This last entire year has felt like a prolonged funeral procession.
Oh, God.
It's painful. I saw one today about it feeling like surgery. And I'm like, it does. It's been awful. And we watched so many people, just up and leave. Yeah. Like, they're out of here, y'all. And it's really hard not to be right behind them.
Well, we looked at it, and it's
where you gotta go.
It's expensive, and two, it's difficult because a lot of countries don't want Americans.
No,
they make it hard. If you have an EU passport, you can go anywhere. But American, you might be able to visit on vacation, but as far as becoming, a resident there, it's extremely difficult and expensive for the most part. And once you get there, or even looking at it, you can see from the outside that they've got their own problems.
Yes. And
granted, it doesn't seem to be quite as graphic as ours at the moment. But where are you moving to? Is it going to be better or worse?
This is a mind virus, and it's everywhere.
And it's disturbing to see normally intelligent people fall for this and continue to fall for it. I mean, the shit that motherfucker said at Rob Reiner's murder.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it was shocking. James Woods, as much as highly MAGA profile as he is, came out against it, and I was like,
and James Woods is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
and that dude even condemned it. Mm-hmm. What is this fucking nonsense?
I want to say this out loud, and some people are probably not going to agree with me, but I think a lot of people have buyer's remorse, but they're too ashamed to say it, so they keep the rah-rah going. Yeah. I really do think they keep, well, that's what we did, so this is what we're doing, and they just keep charging right ahead, like they can't even look at it. But I noticed a lot of them when he said this about Rob, and what is her name, Michelle, his wife, when he said this about their deaths, they were just aghast. They came out of the woodwork. It was really shocking to me to see the number of right-wingers that came out and said, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That is in no way, shape, or form okay.
It was horrific.
Disgusting.
But at the same time, are we really surprised?
Not at all. Not at all. I wish I could say anything shocked me anymore. The sad fact is nothing does, and that worries me too when I think about it, because that shows that we've been so desensitized by all of it that nothing shocks us anymore.
30 minutes ago I watched a video of his quote-unquote agents dragging a pregnant woman through the ice and snow by one arm.
Yeah.
And then kneeling down on her with their full body weight. Yeah. And people shouting at them that she's pregnant.
They don't care.
And they're just brutalizing people without it's just psychopaths.
So many of them have criminal records.
Yeah.
They're hiring anybody with a pulse. that'll do this for the money that's wagging in front of them, then I'm going to be one of the first people to say you're never going to see that bonus. I've known him since the 80s. You're never going to see that bonus.
I can tell you what they might see.
Yeah, they might see prison time.
If they're lucky.
Yeah, if they're lucky. Yeah, if they're lucky.
And, you hand this power to these group of insane, and they all have that fucking smirk on their face.
Yeah. What are you smirking about, you loser?
This slimy little, I'm immune. No, the fuck
No, you're not. Nobody's immune. I know they told you that, sweetheart.
Yeah.
But they tell you that every time.
And it's
then
coming.
It's the soldiers that get it, which is unfortunate because the soldiers are fed this line and told they're immune, and then they're in fear because they've been told that you can just leave your job. And then they do it because, well, what am I going to do? What's my family going to do for the benefits? You're not immune. And those guys at the top barely ever hang for it. It's going to be you. Did you see the last round that we were in with him? Did you see all of his foot soldiers, even to his attorneys and his advisors that had their lives?
And that was a soft shoe compared to what's needs
coming
to happen.
Now.
And I'm going to say it again. Whoever gets in on Democrats or independent side, I don't want to hear one motherfucker
about can't we all just get along?
And trying to kowtow their way out of this and kumbaya their way out of this. No. I want justice.
This has been heinous.
Every single person.
I've now seen several American citizens held in detainment against their will. And they do it just for pure meanness. It's not. They have no reason to hold these people, and it's not lawful what they're doing, and it is not legal for them to ask you to see your papers if you're an American citizen. By the way, you are under no obligation to show them shit.
Yeah, I just want to say if they happen to be around that area and you're near Picky-Weeds, we are a safe space in more ways than one.
Let us know. Yeah.
If you need to run in somewhere where it's private property, come on.
Yep.
Because they're not coming in.
No. You're not allowed on property without a warrant.
They're not coming in.
Yep. And I want a bench warrant signed by a judge.
Yeah. And we don't go
with
anywhere.
A name on it.
And I know some of you folks have different feelings on firearms. Look, we don't go anywhere
without ours.
Without being armed.
Nope. I used to think that was, and I've shot guns all my life, and I used to think that was very wussy to carry your sidearm everywhere you went. Like, why can't you handle yourself?
Yeah.
But nowadays, not safe.
Yeah.
And if you can't get a firearm, if you have a pot card and you can't get a firearm, get bear spray.
Yeah, get something to protect yourself.
Bear spray, because a lot of people are immune to pepper spray. We train on it. We know how to keep going right through it, even if you spray it as full on in the face. So
I think really for folks that, especially the folks that are being targeted, especially by these fucking idiots,
monsters.
When you go in somewhere, have an exit plan. Know how you're going to get out of there. You look at the craziness that's going on in Australia. This father and son went on a fucking rampage. That's not something you normally see.
Not there
outside of the U.S.
No.
And but it's important to understand, things like cover and concealment.
Yeah.
And you need to start noticing those things when you're going into strange places or places you haven't been, especially around large groups of people.
Yeah, and keep your head on a swivel, please.
Kind of be thinking, I used to teach my officers at the nuclear plant to constantly be running the what-if drills, right? Yeah. So you're sitting there, there's nothing to do, it's 2:00 in the morning, run a drill on yourself. Okay, people come barging into the security building. What do you do?
Yeah.
And then just line by line it, right?
Yeah.
I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would do that. And doing those kind of things kind of builds up some muscle memory. So like you got your family in the mall and you're just kind of triple-D, do-de-do walking. And, what would I do if I heard something that sounded like a firecracker, but it's not a firecracker?
Yeah.
What would I do? What would be my first immediate action, and then what would I do after that? First immediate action is to get you and your family to safety.
Yeah, find cover first.
Away from the danger. If you can escape it, escape it. If you can't, then you need to either barricade or get something that can stop a bullet.
Yeah.
Think about that when you're looking at material, looking for heavy concrete. If you're in a parking lot and stuff pops off, don't get in the back, behind the back of the car. Get behind the engine block.
Yeah.
Get down where, and have a plan to escape from there. If the, adversarial person starts to get closer to your location, think about what I would do. And I know it sucks to have to think like that.
But you do.
But this is the world we live in, and we want to keep everyone safe and away from that kind of stuff. But we have to kind of break out of that citizen mindset.
Yeah.
Where we let our guard down.
That nothing ever happens to your mindset.
And we're just shopping, or we're just driving, or we're not thinking about the horrible shit that could pop off in a matter of seconds. And when it happens so fucking fast that you get stunned.
Yeah.
Because you can't believe this is happening right now. But if you train your mind and your body to anticipate what you might do, and your mind and body, even though your psyche might be distracted by the danger and going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Your mind and body, having been rehearsed, are going to react.
Do not freeze.
And they're going to react in the way that you trained it to react.
Yeah.
And so I always encourage my officers to constantly be doing that. Think about the what ifs. What if you're looking on camera and you see adversaries planting explosives on the fence?
Yeah.
What's the first thing that you do? Or if you hear a gunshot outside the control center, what do you do? What's your first thing? And we would quiz each other like that. They'd quiz me on it, and it keeps everybody kind of sharp and kind of thinking along those lines. And until we get out of this national nightmare, I think that's a good idea, especially if you're in a targeted demographic and you're driving and you see a black SUV or a minivan following you that looks like it's following you. What do you do?
Yeah.
How do you get your family to safety? Where is safety, for one thing? Where are you safe? If you're in Archbold, Picky Weeds is safe.
Yeah.
It is. Have other places that you can think of, to get to safety and get behind closed doors in a private property. Not public property, private property. So anyway, that's my lecture on my soapbox for today.
Well, if I see you running, we're just going to hit the open sign once you're inside and lock the door.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be no entry without warrants. And you break that door, you deal with what's on the other side. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. There's no threat here. It's just a fact.
It's just a castle doctrine state.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Every night when I leave there, he'll walk Bella out. Some nights he'll wait with me. Some nights we've got to kind of get her to the car. And when he's not, I am bent over. I look left, I look right as I'm locking the door, and I keep looking left and right, and my hand is near the inside of my purse.
Yep.
Because she's right there, and if I blow a hole in a perfectly good purse, I don't care. It served its purpose.
I wanted to replace that purse anyway.
Yes, damn thing is too small. It is. It absolutely is. It's a pain to try to find everything in it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a vacuous space where everything goes to die. So.
and look, we had started having firearms classes for folks that didn't want to go to the Hondo gun store and deal with that kind of bullshit. We have a member of our community that is a certified licensed instructor, and he's accredited in multiple schools, and he holds these training sessions at his house.
Yes.
So if you want to be put in contact with somebody that can, one, help you be safe with it, number one, and be proficient with it, number two, and also get your concealed carry through the state of Pennsylvania, which if you're a marijuana user, you can't.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we say try alternative means.
Bear spray.
But know how to use that bear spray, because in a high wind situation,
you might get
you're going to taste it. And it doesn't taste good at all. No. Trust me when I tell you this. It does not taste good.
Boy, does it burn.
For hours. Yeah. So there are options, and we can put you in touch with a very professional instructor that is part of the pagan community.
And for the ladies who are concerned about it, he has a lovely wife that assists him with training.
Mm-hmm.
You will absolutely love her little self. We adore her. And they have a little bitty daughter that they have trained who is kind of incredible. And so you'll be in a very safe place with some very nice people.
Yeah, and safety is number one.
And they're practitioners like us.
Like
so.
he's the least thing from Hondo.
Yeah.
Right. It's safety, safety,
He
safety,
loves
safety,
to tell you when he gets his butt beaten in MMA.
Yeah, I don't think that happens very often. But.
Yeah, but he loves it. He loves it when somebody teaches him something and he gets hurt.
Yeah. That's
it's great.
That dude's a pack a lunch guy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got his shit together.
Yeah.
But listen, that's another thing too about you need to learn how to read body language in these people who are approaching you on the street. And you need to learn how not to be insulted and how to keep your cool and keep your own counsel when you're dealing with these people, because they're going to try to pull you off your square.
Oh my God.
They're going to try to get you upset. They're
Using
gonna try
my prison terminology.
Don't get off your square. Stay on your square. No, and so they're going to try, and that's their whole aim in life, is to get you to do something rash so they can hurt you. And you need to learn how to remember, like a practitioner, when you're dealing with the other side, to keep yourself calm, cool, collected, disciplined, and in control and command. You need to take the same tact with humans on the street that you do with things you meet in spirit. Like, there are things there to tempt and tease you. There are things there to trip you up because it's all a learning experience. Well, some humans are about the only species I know, actually get off on it.
Yeah.
And so it's much more important that you learn those command and control techniques when you're speaking with them, and you learn about, diversionary tactics to use with these people. So that's another thing. Study the body language. Know what you're looking at. Study command and control just like you would with will, with force of will and intention and all of that. And apply those same principles in practice to the humans you meet on the street every day.
Yep.
It'll save you. It'll save you, and it might save somebody else.
Sometimes the loudest, most terrifying response to a bully or someone who's trying to get your goat is silence.
Just look at them.
Don't get mad.
Yeah.
Don't try to go blow for blow with their verbal exchange. Just look at them.
Yeah.
Dead eye, right in there. If you can't keep your gaze, a little trick is to stare right between their eyes at their forehead.
Oh, don't go telling people my trick.
Stare right at their forehead.
Yeah. I learned that
quiet.
from PTSD. Look at their forehead.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They're not getting the response. They're not getting anger. They're not getting frustration.
Mm-hmm.
It'll start to sink in that maybe they picked the wrong one.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot louder for them to say that to themselves than you to tell them you picked the wrong one.
Yeah, because
no one believes you when you say it.
That's usually bluster.
They don't believe you.
Yeah. No.
But if you're just looking at them, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Just keep looking at them.
Yep. Absolutely. He's looking at me right now.
And when you have the opportunity, walk the fuck away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep walking.
But never turn your back on him.
But be aware, right? It doesn't work all the time, but it does work a lot of times.
I'd say a good 90% of the time, if you can elicit no response,
silence,
it works.
In stoicism in your demeanor goes a long way towards instilling some thinking on the assailant's part that something different about this one. You ever have that feeling about somebody that's just like you are much more than you seem to be.
Yeah.
And you are very humble and quiet.
And kind of creepy.
No one is scared of the guy that's telling tales about his escapades and how tough he is and he did this and he did that. Mm-hmm. We all kind of collectively roll our eyes, right?
Yes.
It's the one that is quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when they do speak, it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Developing that kind of mindset is a transferable skill to magic.
Yes, absolutely.
And like Tay just touched on, it's pretty close to the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? spirits will test you like that too.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're your ancestors, because you didn't learn something they wanted you to learn.
Oh yeah, and some of our ancestors are fucking dickheads.
Yes, they are.
People say, well, they get over there, they changed, it's all goodness. Bullshit. Nah, some of them are jackasses.
Yeah.
But maybe some of them change, but not all of them.
They got lots of learning to do. They'll be back. Maybe the ones that aren't coming back. Maybe they're a little bit ascended. Yeah. Maybe they're a little bit kinder, gentler, and not quite as facetious. But no.
But your demeanor says a lot.
Yeah.
And you notice these people, and I hesitate to even qualify them as human for what they're doing to people.
Looking at you, Bovino.
Oh, God, give me 5 minutes alone.
Oh, my God, that little sawed-off shit from North Carolina. I am ashamed.
Well, he couldn't hack it in North Carolina.
You're not tall enough to be a Tar Heel, brother, and I mean that in ways of spirit. You're not tall enough to be a damn Tar Heel.
It's so a lot of those are, most of them are just bullies. They look for soft targets. And it's one thing we learned.
Is that why they ain't gone to Philly?
Well, they went to Philly, but not very long. It's kind of like North Carolina.
Yeah, they didn't stay there very long.
When they got chased in the woods.
Yeah, the cradle.
They don't want to talk about those incidents.
Yeah.
But
we surfing hurricanes. You don't want to mess with us.
I noticed your bitch asses didn't go to Detroit either.
Yeah, no.
Or Flint.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
What about Baltimore? I'd like to see them in Baltimore.
I'd like to see them 6 feet under.
Yeah. I'm saying I'd like to see them in,
anyway,
down by the docks in Baltimore.
I know
you remember
I'm
the
on
place?
a list anyway, so fuck it. I don't care.
I like being on lists.
One of the things that we teach people in the academy is your presence.
Yes.
And you get taken for a soft target based on the way you carry yourself, the way that the look in your eye, your whole demeanor. And a criminal, which these people that are portraying federal agents are criminals, will look for that soft target where they don't anticipate much resistance. And so they select communities and they select people that they try to intimidate with a show of force, with a lot of agents and a lot of weaponry, and they're all playing Barbie dress up.
90% of them can't shoot.
Amazon vests and fat rolls hanging out and whatever. That scares people that don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They go to the wrong neighborhood for them. They know that they've overextended.
Yeah.
There's a feeling you get when you've overextended yourself. In prison, I would be on the yard with 500 inmates.
Yeah.
It's a big prison, big fucking yard. There were 3 cops.
Yeah.
Do you think we swaggered around that place? No. You treat them like men. You treat them with respect until otherwise. And most of the time you won't have a problem. You just treat it like a walk in the park with 500 convicted killers. Most of them with multiple life sentences.
And many of them with very good reasons.
And some
and you don't know the story.
Some of them are just straight up fucking killers. But learning to walk that and kick it with them, have a conversation.
Yeah.
Or just mind your own damn business and walk around and look at the sunshine.
Harkens back to the treat others like you want to be treated, don't it?
Yeah. The only one with a gun was the guy up on top of the roof.
Yeah.
The rest of us just had keys and attitude.
The rest of you down there are praying. He knows what he's shooting at.
Yeah. He did. I had the grave misfortune of being on the yard when 2 guys broke out with a weapons-related incident. And that 30-06 sprayed dirt and dust about 20 feet from me.
Yeah.
And he's on my side.
Yeah.
And don't think my ass didn't hit the fucking dirt right next to him. I'm looking to the left, looking to the right. Like, Shake, what are you on the ground for? I said, because that motherfucker's shooting.
Yeah.
Damn you, the police. I don't give a fuck. That bullet don't know the difference. They just start dying. Fuck. fuck, I hit the ground? Hell yeah. I looked over at my sergeant. He was eating dirt right next to me. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It was too close, brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that 30-06 is really fucking loud with like this big five-story tall cell blocks that L'd. And in that L was the yard.
Yeah.
So that shot just whoa.
Surrounded by brick walls.
It's reverberating.
Yeah.
You know, but we walked that yard every day because we had the demeanor to do it.
Yeah.
And it's something that was learned. I didn't know it the first day.
No.
But you learn it. And it's not an act. It's just, it needs to translate to the street too. You know, when you walk, be friendly, be nice, but be a hard target. Yeah. Look to your left. Look to your right.
Yeah, do not look down at your feet, please.
You know,
keep your head on a swivel.
You know, you're not trying to be a fake tough guy like they are.
No, you're just looking around. Somebody looking around is not an easy target.
You know, be present.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Be present in that moment in time.
Yeah.
And if you're not armed or whatever, then at least have a way to get you and your loved ones to safety and out of harm's way.
Yeah.
And it may not be an immediate thing, and maybe something you need to, you know, we're going to go here, and then we're going to go there, and then we're out.
And for God's sake, stop running in a straight line.
Never run in a straight line.
You're harder to hit if you're moving around.
Yeah. Zig-zag, dive for cover. And I hate that we're talking about this on a spirituality podcast, but this is the fucking world we live in. And I want our people to have at least a basics of tools.
And we're in a dumpster fire right now.
This motherfucker.
And when he's talking about presence, you guys sometimes hear me talking about, because I had a couple of people ask me, you know, how to practice that. And it's just like, okay, so you can practice it in your everyday life just walking down the street. What do you hear? What does the wind feel like on your skin? What do you smell? What do you see? What do you taste in the air? And all those things, when you start to practice that and you become very present and very mindful, they're going to translate into you feeling a situation before it happens. So practice it, because it's like walking into a place, and everybody's had this experience, I'm sure, especially if they've been in grade school, especially if they've gone into Walmart. You know, they've had this experience where you walked in and everything felt heavy and you got this sense of dread. That's present. You were present in the moment that you felt that. You let your empathetic self, your sensitive self, feel it. If you start to practice it every day, you almost automatically feel the hackles rise on your skin, on the back of your neck, the hairs raise on your arm when something is different out there in the world where you're walking around, and you'll be the first to react to it.
Pattern recognition.
Yes, it's very much a pattern recognition that comes from the beingness of presence, the mindfulness of presence. So practice it. Just start to think while you're walking in the park, when you're walking the trail, what do I taste in the air? What do I smell? The wind feels different today. It feels warmer, or it's crisper, or it's lighter, or it's harder. You know, what's it doing to me physically? I feel like I'm being pushed. I feel like I'm being pulled. What are the stones sound like under my feet? The pavement. What does it feel like? What do I hear? What do I hear close to me? What do I hear off in the distance? How's my breathing? And stop. And then start again. And see what changes, and feel it, and go through that whole recognition of where you are, what you're doing. As John said, pattern recognition. And see, pattern recognition has become my curse. Pattern recognition has told me when things were happening that nobody knew about yet, and nobody would listen to me because I am a nobody, and that's fine. It wills out, and yeah, I used to get, and maybe I still do, get my ass up on my shoulders and go, "See, I told you so."
Well,
and you wouldn't listen.
I'm just saying, you were right about a whole lot of things years before it happened.
Oh, yeah.
And I was there for it.
I saw this coming.
Them roll their eyes and blah, blah, blah. And then the shit fucking happened exactly.
Yeah. I want to dig them up.
You know.
Just so I can shake them and go, "See, I told you."
You know, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And one word of caution, don't let that become your whole personality.
No, please don't.
You know, where you're like on guard all the time. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Right. We're not saying, okay, I got to have a new personality shift, and this is the new me now. I guess we're doing this. No. still be you. Be the happy, fun, loving, giggly self that you always were. We're saying install that add-on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an app.
You know, so that you can still be happy, giggly, and having fun, but out of the corner of your eye, you're looking at that guy that's been looking at the girls for way too long.
Yeah.
And he looks really fucking shady. And okay, how do we get the fuck out of here?
And please walk up to those girls and say, hey, it's been so long since I saw you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you okay? Is everything going good?
It's think of it as an add-on.
Yeah.
Don't let it become your personality or it will absolutely make everything miserable.
It will. It will.
But
mindfulness is not about that.
It's not all or nothing. It's an add-on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
but be present in your day-to-day life more than normal.
Be a harder target.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're looking around and you notice from years in prison, years in nuclear security, I don't look at you very long.
Yeah.
And it's a habit that came from a hostile environment.
Yeah.
Right. So we're having a conversation. Okay. And I'm still talking, but I'm looking left and then I'm looking right and then I'm back at you and I'm still paying attention to you.
He's probably triggered by me right now. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
What you say is important. I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yep. Okay. But I'm looking over here at that weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking back at you. Yep. I'm listening. I'm looking back at that weird motherfucker. Now I'm looking over to the right, see if he's got a friend.
Yeah.
I'm always scanning left, right, center, left, right, center. And what's behind me? Look over there. And, always be aware of your surroundings. And you can do it extremely discreetly.
Yeah.
And still maintain the eye contact with that person that is speaking with you.
Yeah, just keep returning to it.
It's when we dead eye, we zone in.
Yeah.
And we miss everything that's happening around us. So just kind of head on a swivel, but not obvious.
Zone out at home.
I don't even zone out at home.
No, I don't either. Unfortunately, I would love to, but I just can't.
That shit's just stuck.
Yeah.
And Bella will get mad at me if she hears something. I don't get my fat ass off the fucking couch, and she will come in and boof, daddy,
right at your face,
and walk towards the door. Look back. Are you coming?
Yeah. One of us has to get up and go show her.
Yeah.
And she's not taking the camera for fact either. I can show her the camera and show her there's nothing at the front door. She doesn't care. I've still got to go open the front door and go, see, everything's fine.
That's a security mindset.
Yeah.
Right? And so we kind of have to develop those things.
Yeah.
And
this is good spiritual development, y'all.
Yeah.
It is. Because it'll ready you for the other side, too. Because it's not all about, hey, what's coming? What can I bring through the veil? What? Yeah. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's not about that. It's about what can I learn? You're going to learn a lot just watching people. You're going to learn a lot by recognizing patterns around you, shifts and things. You're going to see the same things transmitted because this world is that world, is the other world. It's all occurring all at one time. It's all occurring now while you're sitting here listening to this podcast. I'll go all Carl Sagan on you. Time is not linear. And you can tune into that. Everything's vibrating. There's sine waves and there's strings. Everything's vibrating. And you're part of that fabric. You're vibrating with it. And if you start to pay more attention and be more mindful of things that are around you, you'll start catching those patterns.
We did a ritual once, and it was in what you were talking about, what you just said.
Yeah.
Bouncing off of it.
Yeah, bouncing off of the whatever was there.
The words of the invocation. It was in the middle of woods, right? There's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's just fucking trees and shit. And the words were reverberating like it was a plastic membrane.
It was. Interesting.
You would speak and you would hear it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And, they chose to show that to us, and it was very cool.
And then they chose to set me on fire, but that's another story.
But during the ritual and during the invocation of that ritual, you're hearing, in a lot of ceremonial magic, you do what you call vibration of the words, especially like the barbarous names and things like that. You vibrate them. You don't just speak them.
Yeah, you're not just talking.
It's an intonation. It's a vibrato. It's hard to describe, but
I don't know. Try it.
What? I can't do it on command, lady.
Come on.
I got to be in the mood. You got to buy me dinner
Whatever.
first.
You're so full of shit. I'll give you a reach around. Don't worry about it.
Picky Weeds After Dark.
Brown chicken, wow, wow.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
And now people are just disgusted.
They're like, "Bleh."
They're like, I was trying to enjoy podcasts.
And it just went careening off the cliff.
That's like the guy that sucked a toe and tried to kiss me. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who's been in martial arts and has had toenails ripped off a few times knows what's under there and how gross it is and how much braiding and scraping it takes to get all the gunk out from under the toenail. No, you are not kissing me with that mouth. Do you kiss your mother with that mouth, you
that's
weirdo?
so gross.
Oh my God.
You married somebody who's grossed out his feet as you are. No.
Oh my God. And I don't think I ever would be if it hadn't happened to me 2 or 3 times. So.
But that was such a cool thing to experience. And I think in all the years we practiced, that was the first time that maybe I ever noticed it. But it was so profound. Like, you couldn't mistake it. It wasn't like, did you hear, like, I knew everybody heard that shit because it was, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I tell people nothing around you is what it seems. It's all full of holes, and then it shifts and it moves, and it becomes what seems solid, but it's not really, and it's always shifting and moving. Even the walls around you in the room you're sitting in right now. You know, it's if you were looking at them as the composites they're made of, there's molecules bumping into each other that create this solid look and feel in these walls, but they're really not solid at all. It all moves and bends and warps, which might account for why shifting damages everything in a house, you know.
Yeah.
It's all moving, bending, warping in a different direction than the way it's going. We got to figure that out with some elasticity, y'all, for the future of house building, if you're out there listening. Yeah, but...
you know, it's a long national nightmare. And
it's definitely shifting and warping.
We're battening down the hatches and we're clinging to life, and we were seeing business after business and a cult store after a cult store close, and don't think it doesn't affect us, because it does. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's not that I can't go back to work at 55, but
it is harder.
It's you know, I'm willing to do it, but it's I don't want to lose this dream.
No.
And I know that every business owner in the country doesn't want to lose their dream. No. You know, and we don't do this because we get rich, because we don't. We're eating ramen and fucking ham sandwiches. I'm driving a 2014 Subaru. Yeah. I'm not rich. I don't even have money. Yeah. It's the love of it. Yeah. And it's the love of giving the people a place like Picky Weeds.
To have community.
Because we aren't like the rest of them. And you can't duplicate it. You know, a lot of people have tried to copy, but you can't. Because you're not us. Yeah. You're not us. You can buy the same shit.
And we're not you.
And sell it. And we're not you. You do you. Yeah. And I don't
be authentic, no matter what.
I don't even care about that shit anymore. Like, it doesn't even, like, people come in, oh, so-and-so's copy. I don't care. They can't copy us. No. You know, and try that they might. And I don't care if they do. I don't give a shit anymore.
And some people say that's the sincerest form of flattery anyway.
Yeah, I just...
You know, it's whatever. Like, whatever.
Bigger fish to fry.
And then people will get angry with you for myriad reasons that you're not even aware of. And this is something I want to say to you guys. There have been times that you've come, like, after we moved stores, well, I never really felt right about that place anyway, or it just seemed odd, or it was so far tucked out of the way. You're not insulting a store owner by telling them problems that you've had with people, with the place.
No, we want to know.
With the parking, whatever. I don't care what it is, but please don't wait. Don't wait until 2 weeks after everything's imploded and I've had to throw somebody out, or John's had to throw somebody out, and we've had to ban somebody from the place because they hurt a customer or a client, or they offended everybody in the room. I need to know now. You're not ratting somebody out. You're saving yourself for me, because I recognize when you don't come around for a little bit because you feel a certain way about the place now that had nothing whatsoever to do with one of us. Come come straight and tell me if you've got a problem. I can't fix it if I don't know it exists. So please, for all that is holy, if someone in our sphere gives you a problem, speaks to you in a way that is disrespectful, which we just found out about that recently, disrespects and disregards your beliefs and degrades you for them, I need to know. They will be spoken to. It will be taken care of.
I don't care if we've only made $5 that day.
Yeah.
We're not going to put up with people being made to feel that way.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
And that violates the very terms of our agreement for having people in our house to start with.
It's a place of refuge, and it's a place where you can come and be safe and forget about the world while you're there.
Yes.
Because the world's not coming in there.
And enjoy the camaraderie of other people like yourself.
And if our counters could talk over the past 6 years.
Oh, my God.
There's every emotion under the earth.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that have come in despair.
Yeah.
And left.
Smiling.
And the amount of people that come up to Tay and say, "You saved my fucking life."
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times that's happened.
I will never get used to that.
And it's, we're not patting ourselves on the back here. This is facts, right? This happens all the time. And I think that's one of the reasons why we still get up early in the morning. We're at the store 2.5, 3 hours early, prepping, getting everything ready. And why we don't take vacations, why we don't do any of that stuff is, we feel the community dedication to us, and as a result, we have a dedication to the community.
Yeah.
And that does not mean that we're going to tolerate abusive or bad behavior, but it does mean that we're going to be there for as many people as we possibly can, and wherever we can help, we will.
Yeah.
And to always do the right thing, no matter whether it doesn't need to turn a profit to be the right thing.
No.
And that's the difference between small business and corporations, because all they care about is the bottom line. They don't give a shit who gets hurt in the process. I don't care how progressive the company is. I don't care how happy, shiny they seem and all that shit when it comes right down to it. All they care about is the bottom line.
Yeah.
And people be damned. People are just numbers on a spreadsheet.
And I've seen corporations shut the doors who were still profitable. It wasn't as profitable as they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I've watched them shut the door.
Yep.
They look at their projections instead of doing something about it and doing better and having better governance and better access to the community and being a better community player. Rather than do any of that, they shut the doors and called for bankruptcy because they made money on the back end on the bankruptcy.
Oh, yeah. They bet on their own failures.
They do it all the time.
And damn the people that have, put in their heart and soul to that company for decades.
That loved them. Yeah.
And, and people are like that. Our parents were like that. That generation, they stayed at the same job for 20, 30 years.
Yes.
And they were just dedicated. It became part of their personality and who they were. And it can't be like that anymore because corporations have shown themselves for what they really are now, and nobody's buying their bullshit.
And they're out of here in 5 or 10 anyway, especially if it's like Pennsylvania and they're getting a 10-year tax break.
Yeah.
They're going to be out of here for their 10 years is up, so they don't have to start paying them taxes, and they just leave people holding the bag and tear the damn building down. It's freaking ridiculous. It's monstrous.
It is.
Because people, our clients, our customers, go to those corporations, go to work for them, put their entire heart and soul into it, show up every day, show up early, show up on, on days that they'd be better off in bed at home because they're afraid of losing their job.
Or they're just dedicated.
Yeah. And this is how they get rewarded for it. That company pulls up, lock, stock, and barrel, tears the building down, and moves out of the damn state.
And you're out of job.
Yeah.
You're just left in the cold.
It's disgusting.
Half the time you don't even get a severance, or if you do, it's a pittance.
And then they want us to believe that they're going to bring corporations back to America. We don't have the fucking infrastructure for rare earths. No. We don't have it. It takes years to build those manufacturing facilities for that, and then even more years to mine beneath the surface for what you need to create the goods that you're going to create in those buildings. Yep. It's bullshit to even pander that about. It's absolute nonsense.
It's going to be a long road to rebuild this.
Yeah. Yes.
But one thing I will say is I don't want the old system back.
No, I want it broken.
I want the parts that worked.
Mm-hmm.
but the parts that didn't work, we don't need back.
And I want the two-party system over with.
Yeah.
It is the reason this country is in one epic fucking failure.
I want corporate tax rates back at least 47%.
Absolutely.
If not 80.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of debt to pay back to the American people.
They do.
From ripping us off for
and they've
generations.
skipped us over and over and over again.
You know, and these monopolies, they need to be broken up.
Yeah.
And there should be no reason why there's, you know, two companies or one company with all the news stations, one or two companies that run all of healthcare, one or two companies that own all of the fast food restaurants,
and all of the
ridiculous.
software and
yeah. And you're holding the American people hostage with your greed and your avarice, and I'm sick of it.
We need to wake up.
And I have confidence in the younger generation. I think that that they are a generation of fighters.
Yeah.
And they're armed with a lot more access to information. They can't be bullshitted. I have a lot of confidence with them, and I know that sounds funny coming from an old fart like me, but I do. I've met so many of them, and there's some people that need to grow up a little bit. Yeah. Right. But that could be true of any generation.
Oh, my God. I know some 60 or 70-year-olds that need to grow up right now.
I know a whole lot of 60, 70-year-olds.
Yeah.
Especially the caucasity.
Yeah.
There's a shout out for you, Nicole.
Absolutely.
Especially the caucasity issues that need to grow the fuck up. Probably a vast majority of them. Whereas the younger folks coming up in their 20s now,
they're not here for that.
I'm always impressed with them, with the fire that they have,
because, and how savvy they are.
Well, look, they've grown up, and the millennials too. Let's not forget them. They've come up in nothing but strife and disaster and life-altering events
which was brought to you by social media and internet.
You know, absolutely. Well, they learn how to. I always said that computers were great in the 80s because it was just us nerds, right? You go into a computer store, it's a bunch of fucking nerds, and that's where it belonged.
And we had to create everything.
The minute that it went mainstream, it's over.
It taught us how not to be.
You know,
and how not to get along, how to treat each other badly.
While it has its positive things, like, you know, I can keep up with people that I haven't seen for a while, and that's great. And I guess I could love it or leave it, really. But
the algorithm is rigged. It's fucking rigged.
Oh, 100%.
And I said that this morning over High Times closing. Somebody said, you know, I didn't even know they existed until this post today. And I said, you know, that's because of social media and the rigging of the algorithm for people to pay to play. And those with more money get more coverage, and that those without, you know, it's said that it's supposed to be social and that you get to see what you want to see on your feed based on what you click on, what you like, and what you follow. That's a freaking full-scale lie. There is so much crap in my feed that I don't ever want to see.
Yep.
And that's all I see. And then I have people that I follow that I rarely ever see their posts, and they'll ask me, did you see my post? And I'll go, no. And you can add followers, and that still doesn't work.
Oh, no. It's these handful of oligarchs have way too much power and influence, and it needs to stop.
It absolutely does. We need to take them to task on it too.
I am tired of being in permanent fight mode.
It is awful.
I'm tired of being stressed. I'm tired of being tired all the time.
Yeah.
And I know everybody listening is feeling the same shit.
The fatigue is overwhelming, and that's what they want.
I'm not going to stop.
No.
I'm not going to stop hating you.
No.
I'm not going to stop. Cannot wait for that happy day to come.
Yeah.
And don't think it's going to stop then. Not until every last bit of justice is meted out upon these people.
And it won't. If they get away with it, it'll just rise again.
Yeah, it's one where we fucked up with the Civil Wars. We didn't fucking stomp it out. Mm-hmm. And we did the forgive and forget, and let's all kumbaya together, and we'll let you build statues to these fucking monsters.
Yeah.
And, you know, no, we can't do that again.
No.
And this shit needs to be ground into dust, and the dust swept up and fucking disposed of.
I'm all for reminders of our history, but those belong in a museum.
I don't even.
But they do. They belong in a museum. They don't belong on the street where they're still oppressing people, because the very vision of it is oppressing people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's a statue of the ones that oppressed all your people.
Yeah.
Hey.
Andrew Jackson, for fucking real.
Oh, that fucking piece of shit.
I mean, come on. And they even named a highway in North Carolina after him. It's old US 1.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Did
you see what happened to the Cherokee? Did you see?
It's the confidence of ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the confidence of ignorance.
And it's,
And it's the avarice of entitlement. So, yeah.
So, I'm going to leave you with this. And then this is an excerpt from one of my favorite rituals called the Bornless. Also known as the headless ritual. Has its origins that can date back to the Greek papyri. Part Egyptian, part, it's been, over the years, it changes here and there, but, the origins go as far as they can tell, and it may go farther.
Yeah.
But this is just an excerpt from it, and it says, I don't know if you can hear me move my mic, because I'm fucking old. I am he, the bornless spirit, having sight in the feet, strong in the immortal fire. I am he, the truth. I am he who hate that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that lightningeth and thundereth. I am he from whom is the shower of the life of earth. I am he whose mouth flameth. I am he the begetter and manifester unto the light. I am he, the grace of the world. The heart girt with a serpent is my name. That's a very small part of a very long ritual. I encourage you to look that one up.
Yes.
It's, in some of the words, you may have to research their pronunciation.
Yeah. But it's amazing.
And I want to leave you with that today.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you bunches. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of In the Weeds, and we hope you didn't have to pick too much pucker brush off your cloak after visiting with us here. If you liked the episode, please follow, subscribe, and share. And if you're really kind, leave a positive review. Be sure to tune in next week as we publish a new episode weekly. If you're in the area, stop by the store and see us. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.